Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're going to talk love and astrology for the week of September 22nd through the 28th. We do have Libra season starting on the 22nd. There's actually a lot of energy happening on this day. Happy birthday to all the Libras out there. We also have fall equinox happening on the 22nd. Venus in Libra is going to be square Pluto in Capricorn. And then a little later in the day, Venus is going to move on into Scorpio, and the moon is going to enter Gemini. So that's just at the very beginning of your week, guys. So we're going to talk about all of that stuff in depth. I will be doing a collective reading to check in with our divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And then I will be offering some free and paid mini readings at the end. Don't forget, guys, we are multi-streaming. So we are on 3 different platforms at the same time. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I see everyone coming in. Welcome. Diana, Sandra over on YouTube, Victoria. Michelle's helping us on Facebook. Sandra says audio and picture is working. That's good. That's always a good sign. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in. I want to talk to you about all of this energy that's coming in. And then I also want to give you a little bit of a reminder of the rest of the days, because it's a very cosmic week, I guess you could say. We did talk about all of this energy when we went over the transits for the entire month of September. Guys, if you missed that live, you can find that over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. But yeah, the week is going to start out with the 22nd Libra season, really kicking it off in a very it almost seems like fireworks going off on the 22nd type of day. On the 24th, you're also going to have Mercury in Virgo, and this energy is going to be trine Uranus and Taurus. So this, you might remember I said this is going to be like a burst of energy, and it might be challenging to stay grounded on the 24th. On the 25th of September, we have Mercury in Virgo trine Pluto in Capricorn. So I'm not choosing every single transit like we did when we talked about all the transits for September, but these are the ones that I feel are going to be the most impactful this week. So on the 25th, that Mercury in Virgo trine Pluto in Capricorn, it's going to be about harnessing the energy of the mind. It really could be a day where you get a hold of your thoughts, especially those of us that struggle with negative thinking. On the 27th, we're going to have the moon in Leo, and this energy is going to be square Venus in Scorpio. So you want to be careful not to overindulge on this day. And then on the 28th, we have the moon is going to be in Leo, and it's going to sextile Jupiter in Gemini. And this is a little bit of a brighter outlook type of energy. You might feel like life suddenly has a bunch of new options that you have to choose from. So it definitely kind of picks up the energy. We have fall equinox happening on the 22nd. This is really powerful energy. I want to say, especially for those of us that are on this very specific type of spiritual awakening journey, but honestly, I guess it would be for anybody who's experiencing any type of spiritual awakening journey. But the fall equinox, I want to talk to you about the equinox a little bit. So the word equinox is actually a Latin word. Well, it's 2 Latin words. Equinox, the energy, it brings balance, but the word equi is actually balance in Latin. And then nox is going to mean night in Latin. So that's where the word equinox, that's where they got it from, right? But it's definitely very balancing energy. It's kind of like springtime. It's more about like spring equinox is more about like new beginnings, new starts. The fall equinox is really a calmer energy. It's getting grounded energy. It's a feeling very solid energy, and definitely could be a time of closure, a time of reward, especially if you've been putting a lot of work into your healing journey and your awakening. So the equinox is definitely very powerful energy, and that's actually the reading that I'm going to offer tonight, and I'll show you guys that in just a moment. I don't want to skip by Venus and Scorpio because this is also very powerful energy. Again, for those of us that are on this very specific type of awakening journey. Venus in Scorpio is going to be energy of like blessings to your relationships and your finances, because remember, Venus is about love and money. You could be feeling this energy like you're being called to cherish your deepest bonds. I feel like this is happening because we're starting to understand that these close relationship, intimate relationships, and I'm not talking about just sex or like love relationships in that type of way. I'm talking about your deep, intimate bonds you have with people is really what's going to help us get through trying times. I feel like we're learning that, we're seeing that, and it's giving us a little bit of a sneak peek of what we may be experiencing as 2025 starts to come in. Mercury also being in Libra is actually going to help this energy of Venus and Scorpio. It definitely is going to give us solutions to our relationships. So yes, Venus and Scorpio, very powerful energy. So I didn't want to skip by that. All right, guys, let me show you guys what we're doing tonight before we start the collective. So normally when we do love and astrology, I'm called to create a spread for whatever energies we're experiencing at that time. Right now, I'm actually definitely very much in Pisces lunar eclipse energy. I feel like it's like spontaneous combustion type of day. That could definitely just be my menopause, but that's the energy that I've been feeling today. This energy seems very intense. Yeah, a little bit of a roller coaster, I would say, a little bit of a up and down type of energy. Our faith, I feel like, could be being tested with this energy. So yes, guys, on your screen, you can see the colors of autumn. I actually found this spread online, but I thought, what a beautiful spread. It touches on all 5 of those leaves, which each is going to represent a specific position that's happening in this equinox energy. So that is the reading that I'm going to offer tonight. It is a 5-card spread, and then I most likely will add a guidance card there at the end. Guys, I do want to mention that all our live streams for the week are already set. So you guys can find that over on my YouTube channel, over on Facebook. You can hit that notify me button so it alerts you when we do go live. I know sometimes as a small channel, we're growing very organically. It sometimes doesn't give us notifications. So all of those are already set and out for you guys to be able to hit the notify buttons. All right, wrong one. Vanessa, you guys are already making a list. I love it. Edie over on Facebook. Hello, ladies. I didn't mean to put that video back on there. I mean, I guess you guys can watch it while we get ready. I picked the Power of Love Oracle. These were gifted to me by Miss L. And this is what I'm going to use for our collective reading tonight. And then I've picked out the tarot. Having a brain fart. Y'all, it's the menopause, I'm telling you. Or the full moon, I'm not sure. Michelle, remind me, our favorite tarot set. What's it called? There's that Colors of Autumn again, guys. What a beautiful spread. So yeah, I thought that was perfect for tonight. And I'm going to start collective reading first. I don't know how I got through that so fast. I feel like I've totally forgot something because we're only 10 minutes in. Yes, Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I feel like normally the astrology takes us like 30 minutes to get through, but that was all my notes. So I guess that's it. Wrapping up the end of September. Oh, I know why. Because we're in this Pisces lunar eclipse energy, and I really want to talk about it. But what I've decided to do is Tuesday night, we would normally have the water signs. That's why I showed you guys that we had that ready. And I know that they're already set and they're already out there, but I was talking to our moderators, and I think that it would be a good idea for us to schedule the water signs for about 6 p.m. so that we can do a live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday night, which is the 17th, which is the night of the lunar eclipse, which I believe is going to be at its fullest eclipse moment. I think it's 10:44 p.m. I could be wrong about the exact minute there, but yeah, so I feel like that energy is going to be so powerful that it would be a good idea for us to talk about full moon energy on the full moon, especially as it's reaching that peak. And then we could offer some free full moon readings. So I know that it feels like there's a lot to talk about because the energy is here, it's potent, and it feels like there's a lot going on, but I'd rather save it and then discuss it more when it's here and it's actually happening. I thought we could talk a little bit about rituals and manifestation, because there's this like question of, do we or don't we during eclipses? So I thought we could talk about that. And then I also wanted to mention too, for any of you that are like really seriously struggling with not feeling sure or confident in yourselves and like whether you should practice certain practices or whether you shouldn't, what I wanted to remind everyone is cleansing is always good. Cleansing is always good. There's never a time that cleansing is not helpful, right? Oh my goodness. Sandra says, how weird you have a mason jar. That's my tip jar, y'all. Everybody was asking me why the little Cash App. And I didn't want to just put like a tip thing on there. So you know how I always say, don't forget to tip your reader. That's what the little mason jar is. And then of course my rose is in there. But I'm gonna say, are you gonna tell me if there's a synchronicity, something's happened? I'm not too surprised. I feel like we're all experiencing a lot of synchronicities. This full moon is like, oh my gosh, right? But yes, guys. So Tuesday, I'm pretty sure we're doing it. Like I'm gonna reschedule. We'll do the water signs at 6. And this is going to happen sometimes, guys. There's going to be times where we're going to want to talk about something else or do something else, but I'll always make sure that we get the element out. So water signs is Tuesday night. So we'll do those at 6. So for those of you that come to watch the water signs at 9, they'll already be out for you and you can watch them if you would like. But the rest of us will be doing lunar eclipse readings. All right, let's dive into the collective. I got a feeling tonight's live is going to be one of those short and sweet energies. Let's go ahead and top the list off. Let's not do any more. 9. Let's do 9. And of course, that may change. People may not be able to wait, or we may have to add one at the end, something. But let's just try to keep that as a goal. Maybe as 9. And if our moderators could make sure to join if you would like to. I don't want you ladies to feel left out or feel like you have to save yourself for last. All right, let's dive in. Let's check in with everybody. Let's look at masculine energy first. I have the past card coming out. It says, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform the heart space. So that's what the masculine is doing. I'm getting 2 split energies. So I'm getting like wounded masculine and then divine masculine. So if you're in wounded masculine state, so if I'm talking to the masculine energy, right? And if you're in wounded masculine stage or energy, it means that you hold on to the past, and the past affects your everyday life, your everyday thoughts, and you can't release something or let it go. If I'm talking to divine masculine or divine a masculine energy that's working on their healing, they're not like, I almost wanted to say wallowing in their misery. I feel like it's a little harsh in this particular situation, but it is what it is. So it's like this energy of I healed, I'm releasing, I'm working on my healing. I don't want to say healed because there's no such thing, right? So I'm working on my healing. Then it's like you're able to let things go. You're able to let things like um, be released to Earth. That's one of the cards, right? Like, isn't that one of the cards on the colors of autumn? It is. It's the last card is what needs to be released back to Gaia, right? Like back to Mother Earth type of energy. So I'm kind of getting like it's possible that we have a lot of energy in the collective that's been working on their healing and they're working on releasing the past. But we also have a lot of wounded masculine energy here where it's like I'm having a hard time letting go of something from the past. It still affects me day to day and could even be affecting my thoughts day to day. All right, let's look at the feminine energy. There's some anxiety with this card as well. Heart palpitations, anxiousness. There's something like about the past resurfacing, causing problems, causing blockages, obstacles. All right, feminine energy. We have action. You have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. With this specific full moon, I feel like we're expressing ourselves pretty easily. Um, I feel like we are taking action when it comes to enforcing our boundaries. Remember when we didn't have boundaries at all? Do you guys remember that? Um, Not only do we have boundaries now, but we enforce them. Remember when we started making boundaries, but we just talked about it and we were like, I'm not going to repeat that cycle. I'm not going to let that person, treat me this way, and I'm not going to let someone talk to me this way or use me in this way. Or you remember that? But we would just talk about it, and then we didn't actually enforce it. We kept doing it. Um, I don't know what's happened where the shift came in. I'm going to say it happened sometime this summer, and I'm going to say it's going to have something to do. Like go all the way back to Venus retrograde in summer of 2023, and then all the way to Aries eclipse, spring of 2024. Somewhere in there, something happened. And it's like now those of us that used to just kind of let people walk on us and let people have like hundreds of chances and very people pleasing type of, like, we stopped that shit, right? And now it's not even like we stopped that, but we for me personally, they call this my villain era. This is what it's called now. And again, just a label here. I feel like that's just a fancy one that I've picked because it sounds nice, I guess. It sounds cool. But all that means is like, I'm okay if you don't like me. I'm okay if you think I'm a mean person. I'm okay if I'm not your cup of tea, right? Like, it just does not affect me or what I'm going to do in my choices in my life and how I feel about me, right? Michelle says life is more peaceful with boundaries. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. So we're definitely feeling this call to action when it comes to enforcing our boundaries. And I feel like I'm not sure if it's for me, Mars in Cancer, because remember I'm a Cancer rising, and Mars is like, I have all the Aries. Remember, Sun, Aries, Mercury, Aries, Mars, Aries. So it's like I feel like this Mars in Cancer is, I feel somewhat combative. I feel somewhat, um, I don't want to say short fuse, but it's like take no shit. You know what I'm trying to say? Take no prisoners, take no crap, take no nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely this dry, cutthroat, like line in the sand type of energy, type of attitude. And it's definitely a take it or leave it attitude. For divine feminine, it almost feels like you have nothing left to lose. You have already went through all the shit. You know what I mean? You've already dealt with all the stuff. Like you literally have nothing else to lose. It's like try me. You know what I'm saying? Type of energy. So they call that the villain era. But I feel like collectively for divine feminine, we're just getting comfortable with that. Like we're just getting comfortable. We weren't comfortable with it before. Like I didn't even like the name villain era. I was like, oh my God, that's making me the bad guy. Like what the heck? You know what I mean? But it's not until you understand or you realize, you know what I mean? I made this post on Facebook right after I cleaned my Facebook, y'all, for like literally the first time since I made it. I made Facebook back in like 2009 or something like that. When I was in college, I had went back to school and I made this group of friends, you know what I mean? And we could get on like, you remember the AOL chat room or Yahoo and Messenger, and we could do our homework together and cheat and tell each other, you know, all the answers. But yeah, so I went through and cleaned my Facebook out for like the first time. It was so, I don't even know what the word is for that, but it was like so relieving to do that. And I probably removed over 100 people. I know it was over 100 people. And like people that I haven't even talked to, like, why are you even on my Facebook? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you even looking at my stuff? It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just cleaned it all out, like just all of it. And it's definitely this energy, like, if I don't need it, if it's not part of who I am, if spirit didn't lead it to me, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to breathe it. I don't want it around me. I don't know how else to. Sandra says clearing out the clutter. Yes, definitely. Definitely. So it's not just about enforcing the boundary, but cleansing your space. Cleansing your space, removing all that toxicity, all of that ugliness, all of that misery, like getting it away from you and then enforcing the boundary that where you've drawn the line, right? All right, let's look at bridging energy. And the empathy card coming out. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. This is spirit telling us to be kind. You can have a take no shit attitude without being mean. And this is gonna be the current spiritual lesson. So that means that both sides are feeling this energy. And it's like, it's definitely this energy, like we're just kind of tired of having to fight. We're kind of tired of having to fight like karmic energy and all the darker shit and ugliness. Like we're just kind of sick of it, right? So it's harder to have empathy, to have compassion. It shouldn't be, but it is. And I'm just being honest here. So it's like, think of something or someone that you deal with that pokes your buttons like on a regular basis. And you're like, or like someone that you see in constant misery, constantly sad, mad, something about them, right? It's like there's this energy of something wanting you to be in that state all the time. So what we're supposed to do is have understanding for it, have compassion for it, have empathy. But what happens is instead we get angry, we get frustrated, we get short fused, you know, all those things. Sandra says, now spirit whoops us. So true. So true. The spankings. priorities is on the bottom. It says you understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. So that's going to be like literally exactly what's happening. Draw the line, have healthy boundaries, enforce those boundaries. Literally just don't take no shit from anyone, but don't dish out any either, right? Like we can be strong warriors, protective of our energy in a compassionate and understanding way. And I will say, like, that is happening. Like, do you guys feel that? Like, the people that used to like really drive us, bonkers or whatever, it's like now I have understanding. Now I know, like, oh, this person, you know, acts this way or lashes out in this way or behaves in this way because there's something hurt in them. And then like my own narcissistic crap starts to come out because then I'm like, oh, I want to find their, like what broke them so I can help them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, right? That's actually, it's a little narcissistic because just the idea that we're supposed to help everyone. At some point, like I'm starting to feel like spirit is making me be very like secluded, like very protective of my energy or who has access to me, because I would literally just help everyone or go do whatever. Like, people ask me, Rosa, will you stop and help me do this? Or will you, work a little bit longer here and do that? And I'm like, yeah, Rosa, do you need a free reading? I need, would you like, can I have a free reading? And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a really hard time like saying no. And what's happening is that's what's changing right now, right? Then we got to ask ourselves, I mean, I'm sure it's changing so that we can have a happier life. You can't have a happier life if you're people pleasing and giving to everyone else, right? Because then you're just empty all the time. But we have to ask, like for me, why? Why did Spirit choose me to teach me how to stop doing all of these things, right? I love that. Dream Sequence says, I'm practicing embracing my now. Amanda. All right, let's pull some tarot and see how bad it is. Let's look at the past energy for Divine Masculine. We have that Queen of Wands. That's the Queen of Wands I talked about the other day. I don't know what live it was. Actually, I think it was air signs, but I was doing a live and I pulled the Queen of Wands from a different tarot set, but I picked up the energy of this card here. And in this card, you can see she's standing and you see her chair or her throne, like her position is behind her empty. She's not sitting in it. It's very profound. It's like there's meaning in the fact that she's not in her chair. And the point is that she's supposed to be very confident to lead or very confident in her abilities. And she's not in the chair because she doesn't feel confident enough or worthy enough to be in that chair. And I just want to say too, Queen of Wands, also a representation of kindness. So that's not going to be a coincidence, right? The Hierophant is here. The masculine energy could be dealing with a past relationship, a past contractual relationship. It could have something to do with a marriage. It could have something to do with children. You see the young girl sitting behind the table and she's watching him. He is watching these eggs. It talks about how it's his job to protect them. It's actually called El Papa in this tarot of the Sweet Twilight. El Papa. It's the Hierophant card, but that's what the energy is called. We also have the Four of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles is about holding on to something too tightly. Again, it's giving me energy of the past. Y'all, I know that we love the light and all that stuff, but I'm melting. So I turned it down. All right, let's look at the action card for Divine Feminine. We have the Seven of Swords coming out. Seven of Swords is about leveling up, keeping things to yourself. Nine of Wands is here. Nine of Wands is about defending something, protecting something. It's not Seven of Wands energy. It's about like protecting something you've built or defending something you've been doing for a long time. It could have something to do with some stubborn energy. And then we have Temperance coming out. It's Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius. Temperance is slow moving energy. It's like something about leveling up, something about protecting what you've been doing for a long time, which I think is healing, is where the action is needed for Divine Feminine. Let's look at that empathy card. Ooh. All right, while I pick up 52 cards, we have the Scorpio, of course. I feel like I thought there was another one. The death card, Scorpio. So massive death and transformation, something coming to an end. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is like being patient, waiting for something. It's also my shit show card. It's this energy where it's like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're like, you know, what am I waiting for? What is supposed to happen? What are my options? What am I supposed to be doing with all of these things? Or all of this time that I've invested into something, right? We also have the Five of Pentacles that says it's okay to ask for help, but it's these two cards that came before the Five of Pentacles. Eight of Cups is actually one of my favorite in the tarot of the Sweet Twilight. I don't know if you can see it. I know I turned the light down, but guys, it's just so, it's the ring. It's so hot. Have mercy. And then, the menopause, yay. But the Eight of Cups is the needing to walk towards your Two of Cups. It is talking about leaving something in the past. So that is going to come out big confirmation for the masculine energy. It's about leaving something in the past that you're attached to. That's part of who you are. You see how her hair is like part of the tree bark. It's like permanently attached to something. There's something about the way he's holding his chest. It's like he feels like he has to, I don't know, leave something behind. And Five of Pentacles says it's okay to ask for help. The Knave of Swords also came out with that Eight of Wands. The Knave of Swords is about higher learning, wanting to know more about something or someone, right? But it's also energy about breaking free, having the courage to tell someone that they're free, that they're able to go do whatever it is that they need to go do at this time, right? So this is powerful bridging energy. I feel like something could be happening, something could be coming to an end where we're struggling to move towards Two of Cups energy. And I think that's why Spirit says it's okay to ask for help. Maybe I said something about empathy, like having understanding and compassion, and how that's challenging when you're frustrated and you're mad. But I feel like it's very possible. Yeah, something is coming to a closure that you could be struggling with. Maybe you're struggling to have compassion or understanding in the why or the how. Five of Pentacles is the Church card. It's the card that talks about how you feel abandoned or rejected. It's the card that normally shows the two people that are wounded and they're walking the window, right? Like the stained glass window. Five of Pentacles. So it's like Spirit's expecting you to reach out, to ask for help, to pray for comfort. But there's definitely something challenging here where someone is having to leave something behind. I feel like it's because they have to go learn more. They have to have more clarity, more understanding in something. This could just be two divine counterparts, like moving in their own path, moving in their own journey, moving towards their own purpose. There could still be some healing that's needed for Divine Feminine over here. And I mean, clearly for divine masculine, there's something about their belief system. It could be their belief system and the way they provide, because I am getting like father and child there. And there could be a belief system and something that's spiritual. It could be a belief system and something that happens to deal with like Queen of Wands energy, or even something that they've been holding on to for a very long time. In fact, that could be the belief system that needs to be like released. Four of Pentacles talks about holding on to something so tightly that you're restricting the flow. You're restricting the flow from being able to move. So it's like you're not gaining, you're not losing, but you need to be able to gain. And the way to do that is you're going to have to let go of something. And maybe what you just need to let go of is the idea that you're not capable of doing something. All right, I'm going to do some head, heart, and higher self. I'm going to use the energy oracle. Amanda, that's giving me very Pisces lunar eclipse energy. Remember, I told you that this full moon is God's moon, and it's a moon that is going to take away any delusion that we have. And it's funny because I think people misunderstood what I meant by delusions. If you're running around telling yourself that you're amazing and that you're going to be a successful entrepreneur who is able to follow their joys and passion through their creativity, and serve spirit, God, and have purpose, you know what I'm saying? That is not the delusion that God is going to take away from you. I promise you that. But if you have a delusion of, I'm not strong enough, I'm not powerful enough, I can't do something, I am not whole, I need something from the exterior to make me feel whole. If you have any of those types of delusions, that is what God is taking away this full moon. So that what you talked about there fits right into that. We escape because we feel like we can't do something. We escape because we feel like we're not good enough. We escape because we think we've done something and we don't deserve happiness or joy or all of those things. Those are the delusions that are being taken away with this full moon. But mind you here, hear me out here. When that is done, when the delusion is removed, you best understand that that space that was taken by those delusions will now be filled with purpose, with great purpose. And think about it. You won't be able to run to the regular escape tool, right? Like that's for me, that's how it was with the drinking. It was like I can't just go drink whenever I feel like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I just gotta go do the things. So keep that in mind too. The fire though, the drive that the cleansing and the purifying does to our souls, I feel like is immeasurable. All right, let's look at thoughts, feelings, and higher self lesson for divine masculine. Rest and rejuvenation is in the headspace. They're not doing it, but that's what they're thinking about doing. They know they need to for whatever reason. There could be something about meditating or going within. In the heart space, we have healer of the ages. We have number 19, number 51. Healer of the Ages reminds me of like the Jesus energy. I mean, kind of looks like Jesus, what people portray as Jesus, right? This could be more energy of Christ consciousness, definitely, because that is actually what's happening on this specific type of awakening journey. This is in the heart for divine masculine. This could be a message going to divine feminine, but it could also be a message they're receiving from divine feminine. And I think that's more the issue there. And then higher self lesson, we have the walking away. So big confirmation that they need to leave something in the past. The walking away card is number 27 in the energy oracle. This is the card that talks about the person. Okay, so remember, this is the card that goes with the other card where she's in the garden and the gate, and she's wearing that key, right? And it talks about how she stays in her garden, locked away in the garden because she feels safe there. It's her comfort zone. So divine masculine is being asked to leave the comfort zone, right? The walking away card says she uses the key. Like she didn't get forced to, she chose to use the key. So it's like she she unlocks the gate, she walks out, and then it's like, where is she going? What is out here in this cloudy, murky area? It's actually spirit. She's going towards source. She's going towards the light. That's so true. Dream sequel. She says, just my opinion. Can I ask you, Dream Sequel, is it just your opinion, or is it a lesson that Spirit is teaching you currently in your life right now? All right, let's do the feminine energy. So in the headspace, we have the journey card. It's number 2. So you could be thinking about your twin. You could be thinking about counterpart energy. You could be thinking about dropping the luggage, right? So that you're able to move forward. And that's actually the energy. We have the thinking man. It's number 46. So this is coming from masculine energy. This is coming from feminine energy. Feminine energy is sending a message of healing. That's what's happening on both sides. And the thinking man is sending it. That's the message coming from masculine to feminine. The 46, the thinking man, talks about knowing you have something of great worth, but maybe not understanding like what it is or what you're supposed to do with it, right? And that's the message that's coming from divine masculine. We have that anxiety card. I picked up on that anxious energy at the beginning. This is going to be higher self lesson. So it's possible that this is what feminine is learning right now. This is exactly what Dream Seek was talking about. This card right here. Number 18, anxiety. The meaning, if you get the energy oracle and you open up the energy oracle book, the meaning inside, it talks about how there's this storm outside her window, but she doesn't know if the storm is coming or going. So she's worrying about something that she probably doesn't even have to worry about. The storm could already be going. That's that energy right there. And that's why it's important to be in the now, to be present now. So the reason I asked Dream Sequel, she says both. So the reason I ask is because that's the lesson I'm getting right now, is definitely be in the now. Every time I catch myself worrying about something that's happened in the past, it's a lot easier for me today to release things, to let things go, to not beat myself up or others as badly, right? And I do feel it's because Spirit's asking me to be here today, right now. I keep worrying about, like, why are we having this collective mass awakening? Why is this happening to the world? Remember in 1969 when nobody knew about this and like people called us all, like people like us, Lulu Lala, because we were running around, you know what I'm saying, flowers in our hair, loving everyone and telling people that we could talk to God. Do you remember that? And it was rare, right? Now the whole world is meditating. Now the whole world is manifesting. Now the whole world is performing full moon cleansings. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not abnormal now. It's not weird. It's not strange. They're not, stoning us to death or hanging us in the town square anymore, right? Like now they're joining in. Now they want to do all the things. Now they realize, oh, we've been doing it all along. We just put a different name on it. We had a different label, right? Um, but yeah, I feel like right now, Divine Feminine, you could be learning to be present, to be in the moment, to not worry about the future. But that's what I was saying is like I keep worrying about like why we're having this mass awakening, why this is happening. Like there's going to be purpose and reason, but it's completely pointless. The purpose and reason is so that we can enjoy our life right now, so that we can make our right now life the life that we want it to be, right? Look at that. Blossoming abundance, number 3, is on the bottom. Big confirmation. All right. I pulled out the Angel Inspiration Oracle. These were also gifted to me. This must be a Miss L day. It happens sometimes. All right, so 2 cards come out right away. Number 44, Generosity. Number 29, Embrace Change. That is definitely what's happening. Look at the eclipse in the background. Number 36, Gratitude. And the generosity is going to be kindness. That's what we're supposed to be pouring back out at this time. And gratitude is what we're supposed to be experiencing. And that is what's going to help us embrace the change that this particular eclipse is bringing. Archangel Michael on the bottom, my absolute favorite, because Archangel Michael is the protector of those of us on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. That's going to be collective energies. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to show you guys what I'm offering tonight. I know I've seen a list going over there in the comments. I'm definitely going to recommend that 5-card spread, the Fall Equinox. That is the energy that we're looking at tonight. Guys, if you're looking for full moon readings, that's going to be on Tuesday night. I think we're going to move the water signs up to 6 p.m. And we're going to do a live at our regular time, 9 p.m. And we're just going to talk about this Pisces lunar eclipse because the energy is so potent. All right, perfect. Jenna, paid reading. I love you, Jenna. Let me grab pen and paper. Jenna wants to do Twin Flame full reading. Twin Flame. Vanessa, Facebook, Fall, Dream, Sequa, YouTube. Dream Sequa, did you get your YouTube thing fixed? Okay. I remember you saying something about it. Edie on Facebook. Fall Equinox. Victoria on YouTube. Fall Equinox. Sandra, I've been working on your charts. Girl. Wait till you see that. Fall. Is Amanda doing talking to heaven? They're already talking, so that's why I was asking. I was watching. There's this medium that I watch on YouTube. Um, that's not true. TikTok. TikTok. He's on TikTok, and I normally don't watch other mediums. Um, I don't know why, and don't take this the wrong way, but like, dang it, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a certain type of way. Um, okay, so some people believe that if you're psychic or you have gifts, or like for example, if you can talk to the dead people, right? Or like, spiritual world, if you can communicate, then that's something that like you're born with it and you can't like attain those skills. Um I don't necessarily know if I believe that, because then that would mean that not everybody has gifts, and that wouldn't make sense to me. Like it wouldn't make sense to me that spirit would create us, put us down here, and then not give you something to use to follow your purpose. Like that doesn't make sense. I feel like we all have psychic abilities. We all have abilities to talk to um, people that have crossed over. Um, I feel like we have the ability to talk to all, it's all energy, and we have the ability to connect with all energy. So it's like, I have a hard time watching other mediums, especially ones that I guess like really fine tune their skill. And like for me, it's very, growing up, like very hush hush. You didn't tell people that you saw weird shit, or you heard weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't something you bragged about. You didn't tell your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like you kept that shit to yourself, right? And then as you awaken, like for me, as I awaken, it just became more. Like now to the point where I can see like stuff that I'm like, whoa, right? Um, but it's weird because I don't freak out, and I thought I've always been worried about that. Like like if I saw something, would I get scared? Would I, run from the house screaming? Like, come to find out, no, no, I won't. I will just keep going like nothing's happened, but just super really weird. Um, because I definitely thought I was going to be the person that just like went, screaming and running from the house. Um, but yeah, anyway, there's this one guy on TikTok, and I like watching him. He's a medium, but he doesn't do like the whole presentation thing that a lot of mediums do. I feel like if you're talking to someone about their passed on loved one, you're already deep into their heart space. Like you don't need to be turning any wrenches in there, I guess is like the easiest way I could say it. And sometimes I feel like when I'm watching some of these people that, have this skill or this ability, um, I feel like sometimes people question their authenticity because they're so like elaborate about it, or they're so like it's a show type of situation. The guy on TikTok that I like watching, this medium, I'm an Aries, right? So I have this certain type of temperamental attitude, okay? And he has that, like matches that type of temperamental attitude. It kind of reminds me of Madam Adam. You guys remember Madam Adam? I told you guys about him too. He reads tarot. He's definitely like an acquired taste, right? Flavor, right? He cusses a lot, but he doesn't sugarcoat. He's very direct, and he gives you the meanings to the cards. That's why I like Madam Adam. But this medium has that same type of very direct, like, I'm just going to tell you the message. I'm not going to add to it. I'm not going to play around with it. I'm not going to make it sound prettier or nicer or whatever. You see what I'm trying to say? And it's like, he was talking, I was watching one of his videos today, and he was talking about, like, the messages that he receives. He's like, when people from like your passed on loved ones come, they don't tend to have like these big, in-depth, sad and poetic messages. They tend to be very direct, um minimal words. And I feel like that's actually more true than anything I've ever heard. Michelle says too showy. Yes. Because when I'm getting the messages, like whenever, like I've already got Amanda's message. Like it's very direct, it's very to the point. It's like, this is what she needs to know. There's nothing else. There's no, oh, we had a dog and his name was Barney and we played in the garage. It's none of that. It's none of that. They don't give a crap about that. It's very direct, very to the point. She's doing this, she needs to do this. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. Like, it's, I don't even I don't know how else to express that. And I'm not saying anything about the people that do the shows. Like, I'm not. God bless all of anybody who has the capacity to open up their heart space in this way and deliver messages to people. But it's like, I can't even, it's hard for me to even have like respect, because it's like you're fucking around with people's feelings. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're really messing around with people's, like, hurt and their pain and their suffering. And I just, like, nobody has time for all of that stuff. Like, you need to just spit the message out if you're able to hear the message and move on. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then I went on and went through this whole talking about it. Almost, it's, oh my goodness, whatever. Okay, let's do Vanessa. Vanessa, fall equinox. Say hi to me in the comments. All right, so let's go over the spread really quickly, because a lot of people got the fall equinox spread, which I'm super excited about. I should have saved the picture. Let me see if I did. So that, of course not. I just put it in the Canva video. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll watch it. And it'll come around and you'll see it while I talk about it. Okay, so first card, the white ash card. It's the green leaf. So what are you going to be taking with you into autumn? Like, what energy gets to go? What energy, is aligned? The next one is the oak leaf. It's a yellow leaf. It's what needs a little more energy, a little bit more time, a little bit more resolve. The third placement I'm going to look at is the black cherry leaf. It's an orange color. And it's, how is your courage being tested at this time? The fourth card is represented by the maple. It's the red leaf. What needs harnessing or harvesting this season? Harvesting thing, right? But harvesting. And in other words, like, what reward are you reaping is what I'm looking there with card number 4. And then I'm going to look at a little bit of past energy, things being released with that American elm leaf. It's the brown leaf. And that is energy of what is done and what's being sent back to Mother Earth. All right. So Vanessa first. Oh, you're so right, Michelle. Look at me. Jenna's first. Jenna, say hi to me in the comments. Jenna didn't forget. I don't know too much about that lady. I remember you mentioning her. But there's a couple shows on TV right now that I feel are like a little extreme. And I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that people get away with doing that. Um, yeah. Oh no, it's me. Definitely me. Mhm. What is your cat's name, Jenna? That you're the lady you're talking about is she did have a TV show. It was called The Medium. And honestly, I feel like she um I've actually watched some of her shows. It was because you had mentioned that you went to her show. She's actually one that I feel is really direct, don't you? Don't you feel like she comes right at you and she's like, this is who's here, this is what they have to say, right? She doesn't go through the whole, long trying to get you to answer questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Long Island Media. Yes, I remember her. But and I'm not gonna mention any names because I feel like some of you are gonna like these people that are on these shows, and then you're gonna get pissed off at me. But there are some people I've just seen a couple that I was like, wow, that is crazy. Yes, I do remember her. Yes, and I have watched a couple of her shows, and I feel like she's very direct. She's very like, this is who the person is. She doesn't. There's no self doubt. There's no question. She's not trying to get you to answer questions. You know what I mean? And I don't do that either. Like I just spit out the message. This is what I heard. I hope it's not too offensive sometimes. You know what I mean? um, and then I just go. Yes. And I think the lady that you're talking about, I think she's more about like this guy on the TikTok. It's more about energy. It's more about energy, really, honestly. Like that's how you know when someone's being truthful with these things. When it's like when it's more about a person or who somebody was or like I don't know. I just feel like sometimes like there's so much show put into it. And I'm not saying like even the ones that are on TV now, I'm not saying that they're not doing it. They seem to be getting messages to the people and the people seem to be happy with the messages, right? I'm just saying it just seems a little too much. Like it seems a little too excessive. And I just know from my own experiences that that's not the way it is. You know what I mean? It's very direct. It's very a lot of times they're offensive. A lot of times it's like you think that the person that, passed on to the other side, they love you. They do love you with more than any words that I could describe. But because they love you in that way, there's so much frustration from them on that side because they're so limited to what they can and can't do. And then they have to watch us down here making one mistake after another. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you know what I mean? So most of the time, if the person is very direct, they're like, look, it's sometimes it's pretty easy, I think, to tell whether it's a feminine energy or a masculine energy. It doesn't mean necessarily that it's a man or a woman, because you can have, like, for example, I've come across a lot of grandfathers that were very feminine, um, including my own, which is I know super weird because he was such a masculine, manly man person, but he was very in touch with his feelings, and I guess very balanced emotionally. Towards the end of life, I feel like if any of my aunts and uncles heard me say that, they'd be like, "What the f?" But towards the end, right? All right. So twin flame, current energy. That's funny because I feel like I pulled the cards out. I even have the message cards out, Jenna, and then I didn't use them. So I'm gonna pull out the ones that I was going to use. And we'll do your twin flame reading with that. I love that. All right, let's do their energy first, Jenna. Their energy first. So it is masculine energy, metamorphosis. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. Let's look at your energy. Sanctuary. Jenna, you could be seeing butterflies, and when you're seeing the butterflies, you understand that it's some type of representation. You understand it's some type of communication. Excuse me. Sanctuary is here. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. Jenna, I feel like you've been in sanctuary. You've made a sanctuary around you. There's something about the unicorn horse thing she's holding on to. The dragonfly wings in the back. Sandra was just talking about the dragonfly. But it's this energy of, it's more about finding peace, not necessarily finding solitude, but it's more about finding peace. I feel like you've made some type of sanctuary, some type of peaceful place around you or energy around you. It's like this place of where you're able to renew yourself and thrive, right? Let's look at bridging energy. We have healing, so that is what's happening. And I am getting a lot of divine energies here, so divine healing. We're not looking at wounded masculines or wounded feminines. It says, bless all in need of healing, hope, and love. Spirit, grant us strength and wisdom and guide us to the path of wellness. I do feel like both of you could be at this point where, and I am looking at two different people's energy here, but it's like both of you could be at this point where, again, I'm not getting like wounded masculine, wounded feminine, both going through some healing here, but you could be at a path where now some type of action is required, like now some type of like I almost said formative steps, and I don't even use those words, but it's like you need to, there's like a path, like a very specific path. It could have something to do with like maybe it's like something like fitness, getting healthy. I think like for this energy, it could be about fitness and health and physical health. And I think for over here, this is more about mental health. On the bottom is change. You are transforming, let go of the past. So that's going to be some of that collective energy that we picked up. So confirmation if you resonated with that collective reading, which I'm sure you did. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. All right, I'm going to use the tarot of the sweet twilight. I like using the tarot of the sweet twilight when there's a funk in the air. I don't know a better word to say than that, but it's like when there's maybe something we don't necessarily like, or something that's challenging, something we're procrastinating. All right, let's look at metamorphosis. We have Three of Cups. This could have something to do with third party, too many people telling him what to do. We have Eight of Cups, needing to walk away from something that's deeply rooted. Again, that energy came out in the collective as well. We have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is that energy of abandonment and rejection. It's a synergy of loss, great loss, despair. So this person could be healing from some type of third party situation, something they had to leave, walk away from. I think that they're seeing like the purpose or the why, like they wouldn't have had this metamorphosis, they wouldn't have had this transformation if they hadn't connected with this energy. And it's one energy, so it's not like they connected with the energy, they just woke up to the energy, right? All right, let's look at sanctuary. Again, I feel like you've made a sanctuary, you've made a peaceful place, a comfort zone, a place where you feel protected. Definitely a comfort zone. Three of Wands, about taking action towards your future. Six of Swords is about hearing a spirit, being guided. And a Five of Pentacles, something's challenging. Again, it's okay to ask for help. This is a lot of the same cards we've seen in the collective reading. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever action that you're trying to take, again, I feel like you've made the peaceful place. You have a place of protection, but there's something about needing to leave a comfort zone now because like you're being guided to do something. And whatever you're being guided to do, it's not easy. Five of Pentacles is like, it's challenging. Five of Pentacles is the card, though, that says it's the one we normally see, the stained glass church window. So it's like, it's okay to pray. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to know that Spirit is going to help you. Whatever it is, it's going to help you in your future. It's going to help you have more opportunities in your future. All right, the healing card is your bridging energy. We have King of Pentacles stepping up to the plate, taking responsibility. I got your back. You see how they're standing back to back? Queen of Wands, be confident in yourself. And the Chariot, move quickly. Move quickly. Be kind and confident to yourself. The Cancer energy with the Chariot is a victory. And I know that Cancer is a water sign, but the Chariot actually touches on all four elements. The sunflower is also sticking out to me on the Chariot card, and the sunflower is often seen with Queen of Wands, which you see him here in this Queen of Wands, about kindness. This could be about showing kindness to one another. Again, I'm getting like this healed divine energy. So again, like not wounded masculine, not wounded feminine. It's this energy is very equal, very balanced, and almost like back to back. It's pretty interesting. And I'm not really sure what back to back means, but there's going to be something about that specific phrase. The only major arcana to come out was the Chariot, the Cancer energy that says, don't be afraid to move quickly. You've already won. The victory is already yours with the Chariot. Something about like swooping in and taking the prize. I'm seeing the eclipse. On the bottom is the Empress. You could have manifested something, brought something to fruition. All right, let's do some head, heart, and higher self. Jenna says, my Mars is in Cancer. Twin Flame is a genius level musician. I always imagine him playing his pipe organ. How interesting. Sandra, after the live is over, I have something I have to tell you. And I hope I can remember what it is. I will. Spirit, help me remember. All right, Jenna, head, heart, and higher self. Let's look at masculine energy first. So you're very much in receiving energy, so that's good. I think what you're receiving is guidance from Spirit in a situation that could involve health. And it not necessarily like there's anything wrong with your health, just getting better, being healthier, eating better. Maybe it's about exercise, movement, more movement. All right, for masculine, we have the Two of Clubs, Two of Wands energy. they have an opportunity for freedom here. They have a very difficult decision that's weighing heavy on their mind. We have the Five of Spades, which is Five of Swords energy. It's news, but it's in reverse, so it's old news. There could be some negative thinking in the heart space, like negative thoughts, negative feelings. I can't have it. Love's not for me. I'm always going to be alone. This type of energy, but it's old news is what I'm getting here. They could be overcoming that energy, especially in the heart space. That could be what they're healing. We have social engagement. This is going to have something to do with escapism, something that they do to escape. I know it's social engagement, and it could have something to do with social engagement, surely, but I don't think so. I think it's more about the actual glass of wine. I think this masculine struggles to not use something to escape. I think they struggle to have some type of self-discipline when it comes to something that maybe they know needs more moderation. There's something here too about understand this is the empathy that we've seen in the collective. Many of the counterpart energies during the awakening, during the whole experience, there's drinking is involved. Drinking is involved. Drugs. Sometimes I feel like most of the time it's drinking because that's like the easy go-to type of thing. But I'm not going to say that drugs aren't involved. It's anything, honestly, to escape the reality of the situation. I feel like it's both, for divine masculine and divine feminine, but I feel like the feminine is the first one to start the healing process. And I think because she's the first one to start the healing process, she's the first one to remove the toxicities and, like stop drinking, stop smoking, start eating healthier, right? And it's the masculine that really struggles with it longer, I would say. All right, for your headspace, I dropped it and then I got it a little dirty. The leader card comes out, Queen of Wands, Queen of Clubs. So we've been seeing that Queen of Wand energy a lot today. It's about having confidence in what you're capable of doing, having confidence in yourself. You could be overthinking something, telling yourself that you can't do something. We have the Ideas card coming out. It's the Ace of Spades. Which is going to be translated towards Ace of Swords energy. This could be new thoughts, new clarity, and new ideas in the heart space. This could be a message. You could be saying that whatever they're going through is old news. You've heard it before. You're waiting for them to step up, have some type of self-discipline, and they could be having this new idea or sending you a message that they have this new idea. We have gifts in reverse over here. It's 8 of Clubs. You could be learning something about your gifts, but I feel like I just heard a message. Are you ready, Jenna? You could be learning something about how if you don't use gifts, you lose them. And I don't mean that in a way like, oh, if you don't use them, God's going to take them away. But if I don't practice tarot, it's harder for me to read tarot, right? So it's like you have to practice your gift. You have to practice whatever it is that you're doing more often. It needs to be more of a priority. I feel like you've been tapping into your gifts, but the higher self right now is probably trying to teach you the importance of practicing these gifts on a regular basis. That could help you with whatever the physical thing is that you're trying to do that you could be overthinking. And the Thinker again on the bottom. All right, let's do some messages. She said, that is exactly what I was thinking. I love the Thinker was on the bottom. All right, let's do 3 from them to you. These 2 came out first. These are runner cards. I avoid anyone and anything that leads me to feel connection. It's easier for me to be alone right now. There's a card in the OGs that says it's easier for me to run. And that's what I'm getting there. Like it's easier. Maybe this person drinks when they think of certain things or certain people. That's going to be really collective too. All right. Know that every trigger can be healed and is an opportunity for growth. That sounds very higher self. Expectations lead to resentment. May you aim to control your ego under challenging situations, not let it run rampant, and not rule your emotions and mind. These are all very higher self. Don't turn the situation into something that cannot be fixed. Think carefully about how you want to respond. And I feel like this actually is more 3D. There's something about don't turn the situation into something that cannot be fixed. And I know it may not have been word for word, but like that message could have been said to you before. Think carefully about how you want to respond. All right, let's see some messages from you to them. Why do I have to do all the inner work for my twin flame to come back? I'll do it anyway for me. I want to block my twin flame's phone number, but what if they call? I don't feel like you want to block anything. I feel like you feel you feel communication, like you feel it coming before it happens. I will start focusing on myself. I can only give a person so much of my energy before I start losing myself. And letting go for now will allow time for me to learn about self-love. These all feel like things that you've actually already done and may have already said. On the bottom, when emotions are high, can you soothe yourself? So a lot of higher self messages coming out. All right, I'm going to do Power of Love Activation Oracle for guidance. Trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Trust your gut. Unity is on the bottom. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. I feel like you feel their energy strongly at times, if not all the time. And I feel like you understand. There are some people that just know. They just have this knowing that they will experience 3D union in this lifetime. That is not everyone that's on this awakening. There's, people on this type of awakening that are hopeful for that energy. There's people on this awakening that are past it, like let it go, moved on in a whole different world, right? But then there's people that are on this type of awakening that just know. They just know. And it's almost like they spend their time completely on themselves, like on their healing path, on their healing journey, because again, They just know. And that's kind of what I'm getting there with those guidance cards. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, let me show you again really quickly what we're doing tonight while I clean up. That's the reading we're doing tonight, Colors of Autumn. That's our fall equinox reading that most of you, if not all of you, chose, I believe, except for Amanda's getting the talking to heaven. Thank you, Jenna. We can add Star Luva. Let's add Star Luva on there for me, please. All right, ladies, I'm going to move through it quickly. All right, I have pulled out Llewellyn Tarot. Vanessa, you're first. If you could say hi to me in the comments one more time. There she is. All right, Vanessa. I haven't used Llewellyn Tarot in a while. The full card on the bottom. So the first card I'm looking at is what you're taking with you into autumn. What you're taking with you. What is in alignment? It's that full card we just saw. Taking the leap of faith. It could be knight in shining armor, but it's not knight energy. The white horse is definitely sticking out to me. I think what you're taking with you is this newfound freedom or this newfound excitement to start a new journey, to start something over, to take a different direction. All right, what needs a little more work? What needs a little bit more time, a little more energy to find resolve? We have the star, Aquarius energy. That is bright hope for the future, but the star is also purification and cleansing. Vanessa, on the full moon, on the Pisces lunar eclipse, cleansing is going to be really important. I know there's a lot of different tarot readers that go back and forth about, should you manifest, should you practice any rituals, should you whatever. We're going to talk about why I think it's okay to, but then I understand we all have like our own journeys and our own opinions and our own beliefs, yada, yada. I get it. So what we're going to do for the Pisces lunar eclipse is going to be a cleansing ritual. I'm even going to share with you a different way to cleanse your crystals other than, the more common ones that we know. So yeah, I'm going to do that, guys, on Tuesday night, and that's going to be at 9 p.m. So our regular time. If you're looking for water signs, I'm going to do them a little bit earlier, probably around 6. But there's something about cleansing. And here's another thing. People think that when I say stuff like cleansing, then that means that there's something dark in you that needs to wash off, or I don't know. Okay. So that's kind of true, but that's not always just the case. Sometimes, did you get ready for this? Sometimes we cleanse for protection. Sometimes we cleanse for protection. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so the next card I'm looking at is that Black Cherry card. It's the orange leaf, and it says, how will your courage be tested during this time? We have Four of Wands. Four of Wands could be financial security, firm foundation. It is the 1111, but I don't think that's what's being tested. I mean, maybe if you're trying to manifest, very possible. If your spiritual beliefs or belief system tells you not to manifest during eclipse seasons, I mean, yes, very possible. But I think it's more about finances. I think you're going through some type of transition where your finances could change. Maybe it's going down a little bit and there's going to be a period of adjustment, like before it bounces back or comes back to what you're used to, something like that. The fourth card I'm going to look at is that Maple card. It was the red leaf that says, what needs harmony this season? So we have Five of Swords. So Spirit needs you to work on those negative thoughts, negative thinking. If you are fighting with people or having harsh words being spoken back and forth, one another, that could be what Spirit's asking you to remove, right? And then the last card, the last place that I'm looking at is what is done, what energy is past, and you can release it comfortably, sending it back to Mother Earth, right? And we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is like trickery, deceit. So if anyone kept something from you and you found out about it later, I mean, it could be energies about leveling up, because Seven of Swords is this energy that says you're leveling up and you're not telling people what it is that you're doing because it's none of their business. That could be very possible. That could be an energy that you recently stepped into, and that's why you're at this full energy where you're like, okay, I'm ready to start over. I'm ready to start a new journey, take a new path, right? All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Dream Sequa is next. Dream Sequa, say hi to me in the comments. Dream Sequa says, yes, I cleanse for protection and to maintain my connection. Yes, perfect. Water is a powerful medium, straight to the source, God, universe. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Everything she just said. Yeah, so I'm not telling you guys like, oh, you need to cleanse because, like, I don't know, you're bitching too much or you're in low vibe energy. It's not like that at all. You cleanse because, like, did you know, as a person experiencing the type of awakening that we're experiencing, when we go out into the world, we're being of service, even if you're doing it subconsciously and you don't even know that you're doing it. But you're out transmuting that darker energy, and turning that energy into light. One that's very exhausting work in itself, but in the process of doing that, you could come across some darker energies that form attachments, right? And that's why we cleanse. That's why we have to remove and purify so that we can invite spirit into that space, invite light into that space, invite protection. All right, Dream Sequa. The first card I'm looking at is what you're taking with you into autumn. So what is aligning for you? I love this. The Empress comes out. That's your divine feminine energy. That's you stepping into divine feminine power. I love that. I feel like when we first started talking, Dream Sequa, you were going a little bit back and forth. There was a little bit of am I experiencing this? Am I not experiencing this? Have I found the right tribe? Am I in the wrong place? I mean, I always knew you were in the right place just because when people, again, organic growth over here at PLRr, but like when certain people come into the lives, like I feel like spirit taps my shoulder, like, hey, Rosa, this is the person that we're doing this live for today. And it's like somebody will have a question, whatever it is, and it's like I answer the question, maybe they get a reading, And it pulls at those heartstrings so much they come back the next day and the next, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how, we've made our PLR tribe. But very small, very, like I said, organic growth, right? I don't feel like you were in this Empress energy when we first met. I feel like it was definitely more suffering from spiritual attacks. I feel like it was more, the light, you're trying to shine your light and come out of some type of, dark night of the soul. And it was like something was trying to dim your light. I feel like I feel like since then, something has happened where you really saw the power in your divine femininity. I feel like I may have made that word up. But it's like something about your divine feminine seems much more, I feel like it seems beautiful to you now as before maybe it didn't. But there's definitely something more about like wanting to be in that energy, wanting to step into that. And I think it could be, you said it yourself just now, and like you said, I cleanse for protection, but also for my connection to spirit. I think that's what it is. That's what's caused you to see the journey that you're on, the awakening that you're having, in a different light. That's what's caused you to feel more empowered. I guess that's the word I'm looking for, is empowered. All right, so that's what you're taking with you into autumn. The next thing I'm going to look at is what needs a little more time, a little bit more energy, a little bit more resolve. The Fool card coming out for you. So not quite ready to take the leaps of faith. And I'm not saying that you're not quite ready to take the leap of faith, but you're not going to be moving in great bounds, right? So these aren't going to be great big stretches. These are definitely going to be baby steps, and everybody's journey is a little bit different. We all experience the stages and the lessons and the things, but it's like everybody does it at different times. Everybody, some people don't make any move for a really long time and then they jump the canyon. You see what I'm saying? So it's like everybody does it different times, and nobody's journey, like there's not one person like they did their journey right and then someone else, I don't know, didn't do it. Like there's no wrong way, right? Everybody has their own way of doing it. All right, so the next card I'm looking at is the Black Cherry Orange card leaf. It says, how will your courage be tested? How will your courage be tested? So 10 of Swords. So something is going to come to an end. Something that's been going on for a very long time, because 10 of Swords is like a painful life cycle and something, a painful life lesson. This could have something to do with karmic energy. But it's like something finally comes to an end and you're exhausted. Like this doesn't come to an end easily. Like there's definitely some type of exhaustion here. All right. And the next card I'm going to look at is what needs harvesting this season. What needs harvesting this season? We have the Lovers coming out. So that's about you learning about the type of awakening that you're having. It's about you learning about how you're going to balance those inner masculine and feminine energies. There's a story coming to mind right now that I guess it's time for me to talk about. I feel like I want to pull the last card. All right, I'm going to pull the last card and then I'm going to tell you my story. The Lovers, this is you choosing to go and heal yourself, right? So that you can become whole, so that you're already whole, but you're choosing to heal yourself so that you can come into union knowing that you're already whole, right? The last card is the American Elm. This is the one that represents what is done and what you're going to send back to Mother Gaia. We have Three of Cups. So if there was any type of third party, any type of confusion, too many people telling you what to do, too many people involved, that is completely done. All right, so I got to tell you guys this story. Dream Sequel, I hope this reading was helpful, but this message is for you also. I met this lady back in 2020. I went to this like 3-day retreat, spiritual retreat. It was like part of our church. When I was going through Dark Night of the Soul, I started going to church and, looking for God and doing all the things, right? And I went on this retreat thing that they have here. It's called Tres Dias, and it's just like this local thing that they do in this, Western Kentucky area. But it was a beautiful retreat where, I found God. Was the purpose. That's what happened, right? Um, but when I was there, the lady that ran the place, I really looked up to her. Or she didn't run the place. She was running that, weekend's retreat. And they took turns. Like they do it once a year. And, there's a women's one and a men's one. And she was running the women's one, for the year. And it's, it's very, people want to do it. I'm sure there's like a wait list to, to sponsor, to run this, this Tres Dias thing, right? I get it. So I was really looking up to this lady because I was like, wow, she's really put a lot of her own time and effort and all of this stuff to making sure that we have this amazing retreat, right? So I was like, that's, I don't know. I just really looked up to her. And I had a friend that was there that she also knew this lady. It was like her mentor, right? So I was like, this lady that's running this thing must really, know a lot and really be close to God and really, whatever. She told this story while she was there. Dang, I feel like I may be mixing up her and this other lady. It doesn't matter. Somebody told this story while I was at the Tres Dias, and she talked about our emotions, and she talked about how we need to regulate our emotions, which is interesting because that's what I'm working on in my own personal therapy is emotional regulation. But anyway, sometimes I do good, sometimes I'm doing really bad. But anyway, she tells a story, and when she's standing up there talking to all of us women in this retreat, she's telling the story, and she says, our emotions, she said, picture it like a roller coaster, and it's up and down, up and down. So we go through our day, and it's like we start here, and it's like normal emotions, and then something happens, and like, oh my gosh, we're way up here, and then we bring it, we calm back down, and then something happens, and we're way up here. And so she's like, so you think about it, you're riding this freaking roller coaster of emotions like all day. And she's like, the goal is to maintain. The goal is to like keep it level. The goal is to not let your emotions cause you up and down, up and down, up and down. And when she told me that, I was like, oh my God, that's what I want. I want that level of calmness. Like I want that whatever of, I don't want anything to ever go up and down, like whatever. In my awakening process, since this lady told me this and I heard it and I took it and probably like I feel like she probably didn't even mean it the way that I took it. But anyway, like I realized that is not possible, right? Like what type of life are we living if we're just numb to all whatever and we don't experience any highs or lows? Like what type of life is that, right? And so that's one thing that I've learned since then. Another thing I learned since then is that the same people that taught me where God was on this retreat experience, like, they're on my Facebook, right? When you get to really know people when they're on your Facebook. But it's like they experience things like fear and anxiety. And I'm not saying it's the same lady. Like it's probably a different lady now. Now I'm thinking it's a different person. But anyway, they experience all these things that we experience. So I looked up to these people like, oh my gosh, they're connected to God. They're connected to Source. They put their faith in front of everything, and yada yada yada. But then I get them like arguing with their family over whether Trump's a good guy or a bad guy, or whether they're going to vote for the first woman president, or whether they feel they should be able to tell people when to have abortions or when not to have abortion. You know what I'm saying? Like that you see them having these regular fights and regular disagreement, like handling things, mishandling things. And it's like, you see them experiencing like fears, like watching the news media telling us that we have to, go prepare for World War III. And it's like, it bothers me because I'm like, where is your faith now? Like now that you need it, like we talked about it when we were at that weekend and you showed us all where God was and how to build our faith. But it's like now when the real world is happening, where's your faith now? Where is that, all that word that you put into us and you told us about? You see what I'm saying? Like, now's when you need all that information. Now is when you need to not be, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, so yeah, there's something here about like choosing you, understanding you, being kind to you, knowing that your feelings with this specific type of journey, which is represented by the Lovers card, often enough, is going to be up and down. It's going to be up and down. And it's like, it's almost like it's okay for it to be up and down. It's never going to be this flat, smooth sailing journey, because that's not the life that we're experiencing here. And what kind of life would it be if we were? You know what I'm saying? All right. Like, that's enough. That's enough jibber jabber about that. All right. I have Edie on Facebook next. Edie on Facebook. Edie on Facebook. Say hi to me in the comments. Tracy, can't promise, but hang out with us. Stay and hang out. I'm going to try to move through them as quickly as possible. And if we get through them quickly, I'll add it on there. All right, Edie on Facebook also wants fall equinox. All right, Edie, what are you taking with you into autumn? What is now aligned and maybe wasn't aligned before? Two cards come out. It's Temperance and Page of Wands. This is your spiritual awakening. This could be acceptance to something that's taking a long time. It's also the Lady at the Well. Okay, Edie, ready? So I'm not trying to get religious or anything like that here. It's not about religion. It's literally just God. Okay, I promise. Everybody's gonna have their own belief system. Everybody's gonna have their own journey. Everybody's gonna have their own way that they find God. Um, God is a source. There's no, like, it's not like a Christian God or a Muslim God, or, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just it's source. But there is a story in the Christian Bible about the lady at the well. And it talks about this lady who was, she had a lot of male friends. It talks about how, like, she has all these husbands. She marries all these men. She's trying to get them all to, like, provide for her or give her something, and what she's looking for is love. And what she's looking for, she can only find within herself, right? And Jesus comes and he sits down at the well and he sees her there, and she's crying because life's miserable and she's waiting for all these men to make her happy. And he's like, why are you putting yourself through all this? Like, why are you even looking for happiness or love or whatever? And all of these losers, like, why are you not just, giving yourself what it is that you need? Which was the water at the well. But there's this, and then the Page of Wands is spiritual awakening, excitement for your spiritual awakening, like getting started on your spiritual awakening. So there's this journey, there's this message here, Edie. Like, you could have experienced something at the beginning of your awakening and you're like, why me? Why is God? Why am I the one? Like, why is all this happening to me? Like, if I made mistakes prior to my awakening, like, why would God choose me to come help people heal or teach people how to help themselves heal? Or, you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's giving that type of vibe. It's like, be excited. This is new. Like, you're just at the beginning of your journey. Even if you've been doing your awakening journey for a while, even if, like, you've been in Dark Night of the Soul or coming out of Dark Night of the Soul, or really taking like proactive steps in your healing journey, this is still just the beginning. This is still just the beginning. So there's something about like washing away old sins, washing away old belief systems, washing away. It's really a cleansing of what you used to believe about yourself. Like that needs to be released, let go, that type of energy. It's actually, it needs to be released, but what you're going to take with you is an understanding of the why, like why you were chosen. All right, so the next thing I'm going to look at is what needs a little bit more time, what needs a little bit more energy. We have Justice. It's Libra energy. It was coming out in reverse, so I feel like that's confirmation. So, Edie, you could feel like there's been some type of great injustice done, and you're waiting for spirit to like balance the scales, make something right again. But it's like that's going to need more time. It's not going to happen right away. The next thing I'm going to look at is how your courage is going to be tested during this process. We have the Emperor. So this could be someone of authority. It could be some type of leader. It could be someone that tells you what to do. But I think this is about you stepping up to your authority. This is about you stepping up to your power. This is about you stepping up to whatever role you're going to play in Spirit's army, in Source's army, in God's army, right? All right, let's look at what needs harvesting this season. So we have Queen of Pentacles. So I love that. Queen of Pentacles is learning to become your own resource. So that means that you've already been working on learning to become your own resource. That means you've already built up some pentacles in somewhere, some place. And it's like you're going to start to harvest that energy. You're going to start to reap those rewards. And the last thing I'm going to look at is what you're done with, what's being sent back to Mother Earth. Wow, look at that. King of Cups comes out. King of Cups is my clue card for divine masculine. This could be a wounded masculine, someone who's not in control of their emotions, someone who reacts to things instead of responding, right? I'm getting a little bit of a short fuse with this energy here. On the bottom, Seven of Pentacles, it's like, be patient. Something's going to take a little bit longer. But it is the energy that says some things are ready to be harvested. And that is the important part of the fall equinox. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Victoria on YouTube. Victoria on YouTube. Say hi to me in the comments. All right, so we have Victoria, Sandra, Michelle, Diana, Amanda talking to heaven, and Starlula. And then we say maybe Tracy. It's gonna be a long one. We're already at 1:52, but it is Sunday night, so I guess that's normal. Tomorrow we have our forever delayed. I know, because I keep pushing it back. But there's going to be a reason for that, y'all. I just want you to know. Like, there's always a reason if something is delayed or it's like something is set back. Like, I'll go to do the reading and I'll be like, oh, look at that. That's why. Members only. Members only. I pushed it back to Monday at 11 o'clock. So you guys can join me tomorrow morning. You can join me live for members only. If you'd like to become a member for the channel, guys, we did get monetized this year. So you can become a member of our channel. It is at $5.99 a month right there. Tribe 2, Tier 2, $5.99 a month is what gets you access to our members only live. I'm going to do that, like I said, tomorrow. Edie says, makes so much sense. I love it. Thank you, Edie. Oh, Sandra says I'll be on phone working. It's okay, Sandra. There's going to be a reason for that, too. Just make sure to come back and watch the replay, right? It'll be under the members tab. I should be done with your eclipse reading tomorrow as well. I will probably take a little longer on the um, symmetry chart. Sandra took advantage of our Friday the 13th 50% sale in our Etsy shop the other day. But she also won an eclipse reading. So that's the eclipse reading I'm talking about, Sandra. All right, Victoria, here we go. Llewellyn Tarot, what are you taking with you into autumn? What are you taking with you? What has aligned? I love how that card just flew out. It's the King of Swords. Someone has stepped up to the plate. Someone is now very authentic, also vulnerable. Like they've opened up and started communicating. This could be you. I mean, definitely, especially if you have a strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placement. But I'm actually getting this energy like there's someone around you. Maybe, Victoria, you didn't think that they were going to be able to catch up. Maybe you didn't think they were going to be able to open up. Maybe you didn't think this person was going to be able to be vulnerable with you. Maybe you didn't think this person would be truthful or authentic, take the mask off. Whatever it is, it's like they've done it in a quick rate. It's like a catch up type of energy. It's like it wasn't aligned with you before. It couldn't go where you were going. And it's like it's caught up very quickly and has come into alignment. Again, this could just be you and your clarity and understanding about your authenticity and vulnerability and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm getting this energy like it's someone around you. Like someone you thought, oh, they're not going to be able to go with me. And it's like now they've done the work, put it in very quickly. And now it's like, let's go type of energy. All right, what needs a little more time? What needs a little more energy? We have King of Cups. This is Divine Masculine, my clue card for Divine Masculine. This could be the way you are, the control you have over your emotions. That's what King of Cups could be. So that could need a little bit more time, a little bit more resolve. More resolve would be like Divine Masculine energy is what I'm getting. Like your counterpart, the person that woke you up. The next card I'm going to look at is how your courage is going to be tested during this energy. We have Three of Swords coming out. So massive heart healing with Three of Swords. It's the energy where we normally see the heart and it has like the three swords stabbed into it, right? It is this, we always see the rain on that card as well. So it's like washing away of the pain. It's healing from pain. Transforming from something that broke the heart, right? That type of energy. So I feel like it's possible where there could be it could be like two people here. And it's like you're releasing one and taking one with you, and maybe it's not the way you expected it or not the way that you saw it. There's this energy of grieving something. I don't think necessarily you're grieving a person or anything like that. I think you're grieving a belief system or an expectation. All right, so what needs to be harvested this season? We have Six of Cups here. Six of Cups is a present, a gift to someone from your past. It could be reunion energy, but it could also have something to do with childhood memories or memories of your past. And now I'm going to look at what is done, what is being sent back to Mother Gaia. We have Knight of Wands. This is reckless energy. This is taking action before thinking something through. It's like that's the energy that is finished and you are sending back with love, right? All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, next is Sandra. She's on it. All right, so the first card I'm looking at was the white ash leaf. It was the green leaf. It says, what are you taking with you into autumn? What are you taking with you into autumn? So we have Four of Swords coming out. Four of Swords is healing, blessing in disguise. The Four of Swords in Llewellyn Tarot actually talks about a portal. I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a little door back here in this mountainside. I know this is going to sound like way out there, and you may know what this is about. You may not know what this is about, but I see this energy, this picture in the background of this person. They have their arms crossed, like out, and then it kind of looks like they're hanging. So it's giving me like Jesus Christ vibes, right? Like dying for someone's sins type of vibes here. I think that this card is some type of representation. There could be something about the swords for years. I don't know, but there's like some period of time that you went through where you could have been literally like dying for someone else's sins. But there's this energy of like the portal, the door. You've went through some doorway. Something has shifted. Something has changed. Are you still healing? Yes. But are you dying for someone else? No. That's the energy that you're taking with you, that portal door energy. What portal did you work with? I feel like you could have worked with a portal, manifested something through a portal. Maybe it was the, I want to say 7-7 portal, or maybe even the 8-8 portal. But whatever you brought in through that portal, that is going with you. It's now in alignment. All right, what needs a little bit more time? We have the Hermit coming out. Are they upside down? It's just me. I can't shuffle. Going Dark Night of the Soul. Not quite through Dark Night of the Soul. Could be some Virgo energy. How your courage will be tested. We have the Star Aquarius trying to come out in reverse. So it's like you could have it's not okay. So hope for the future, I mean, could be tested, but I mean, you can still have hope for the future. I think it's more about a new beginning. A new beginning. So how your courage will be tested is most likely you want something to begin anew, and maybe something's not quite done healing. Something's not quite ready. All right, what you will be harvesting, we have the Fool card coming out. The Fool is being able to take a leap of faith. Again, there's something about like knight in shining armor with the white horse. And then the card that says what is done is being sent back to Mother Gaia is the Sun card, also trying to come out in reverse. You could have been experiencing some type of darker energy, some type of depression. You could, like, this could be something as simple as maybe you were up at night a lot and now you're going to be up earlier, greeting the dawn, meditating, talking to source, being with spirit connected, right? All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Michelle. Sandra says, I made a reference to Prince Charming on White Horse today. I love it. Thank you, Sandra. All right, Michelle, here we go. What are you taking with you? What are you taking with you into autumn? What has come into alignment? All right, so we have Five of Cups and Four of Pentacles, both trying to come out in reverse. Loss, grief, and Four of Pentacles is holding on to something. You let go of something and you've received some type of new blessing. I feel like you had been, maybe that's what you let go of, is what you were mourning, the lower vibrational energy you were in. This could also be like fear and depression. It's like you released something, the energy started to flow, and it's like that you're in happier times now. And that's what's moving with you into autumn. All right, let's look at what still needs a little more time. We have Eight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Eight of Swords is some like a self-restriction, telling yourself you can't do something. I feel like you need to be kinder to yourself about the things that you think you can't do. All right, what needs to be harvested with this season? We have Three of Swords coming out again in reverse. So it's like you've healed this heart. You spent a lot of time in the heart chakra, cleansing, balancing, purifying. All right, what you will harvest in this season. It was the horned one coming out in reverse. It's the devil card. So it's like giving me crone energy, like you've gained some wisdom. You remove toxicity, karmic energies. Maybe you've learned some karmic lessons. But it's like you've overcome the devil energy. That's Capricorn energy. And now I'm going to look at what is done and what is being sent back. And again, it's going to be King of Cups. It was trying to get in reverse. So it's like not done, not being sent back. King of Cups is my clue card for divine masculine. That could also be how you control your emotions or feelings in a stressful situation. All right, Michelle, I hope that helps. Diana, say hi to me in the comments, please. Then we have Amanda talking to heaven, Star Luva, and I think we were going to add Tracy if she stayed and waited patiently. And thank you guys so very much for waiting patiently. I know 2 hours is a long time. It's a long life. All right, Diana, fall equinox, what you're taking with you into autumn, what has come into alignment for you, what has balanced its way out. Again, 2 cards, Queen of Pentacles, learning to become your own resource, and the Chariot. You have some victory in a work situation, and that's what you're taking with you. Maybe some type of leadership role when it comes to finances. What needs a little bit more time, a little bit more energy? We have Ace of Pentacles. So you're trying to wait for a new offer, or you could be you giving someone a new offer and maybe your new offer isn't ready. But I think it's you waiting for a new offer. Whatever it is you're waiting for, it's like it's not fully manifested just yet. All right, how your courage will be tested during this time. We have the Empress. You could feel like something you're trying to manifest isn't coming in because it's taking too long. Spirit's like, don't deny your divinity, your power, your connection to spirit just because something doesn't come in when you think it's supposed to. All right, what you will be harvesting this season, we have the Hermit. This could be you coming out of dark night of the soul. This is you getting downloads, receiving information, like being able to see all the triggers easily. All right, and what you will be done with this season, what you're going to be done with, you're releasing, sending back to Mother Earth. We have 9 of Cups coming out. 9 of Cups is divine wishes being granted. I feel like there could have been something that you wanted in the past, and it's like the energy has shifted. Something's changed. You no longer want that thing. Your wants and desires are changing into new things. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right. Amanda, if you can, say hi to me in the comments. So I'm just gonna say it really quickly. I got a message for Amanda earlier when she came in. There's something that Amanda's doing. I think it's gonna be like self. I wish you would say hi to me in the comments. Let's just pull a talking to heaven message. Sometimes when we accept something about ourselves and our journey, we waste a lot of time beating ourselves up on the what ifs. It is not helpful. It only causes more delays. The important part is to be present, like Dream Sequel was saying earlier. And to acknowledge your accomplishments just as much. I feel like it's this is that card where it's like your misdeeds and your accomplishments are the same, but it's like we focus on the things we messed up way more than whatever we're accomplishing in the moment. That's the message I got earlier. All right, now I have no pain. There's something about the flowers that are sticking out to me. Believe in yourself. You can do it. That's the one that we're going to read out of the book. From my heavenly vantage point, I can see and understand everything so much more clearly now. I can see that you and I never had anything to be afraid of. The only thing that was ever standing in our way was fear about the future. Yet now I realize that you and I create our own future. This is number 21. The page it's on is 21. So I'm urging you to go forward with all of your heartfelt dreams. Leave nothing to chance. I believe in you because I love you, but also because I can see that nothing is stopping you unless you believe it is. I will be with you every step of the way. The next card after that, when I seen it, so I'm going to just show you, was Don't Be Afraid. Don't be afraid. All right, next is Starluva. Fall Equinox. Starluva, if you could say hi to me in the comments. Amanda, definitely getting some encouragement and support from the other side. I am Tracy. If you hung out and waited patiently, say hi to me in the comments as well. All right, Starluva, we're doing fall equinox readings. I hope that's the one you wanted. I'm going to run with it. Are you ready? All right, let's look and see what you're taking with you into autumn, what you've come into alignment with. You could be needing some confirmation, Star Luva. Eight of Wands, sudden changes, quick information, but it was coming out in reverse. You could be trying to slow things down, find your own pace. Let's look at what needs a little more time. What needs a little more time? I feel like there's more things about your journey that you trust. That could be what also you're taking with you. What needs a little more time, Star Luva, is Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is that energy where you're walking towards your Two of Cups. So it's like you could feel like there's still something you're supposed to be doing in a situation. It could be a love situation. All right, now I'm going to look at where your courage will be tested, where your courage will be tested. The sun comes out. It could have something to do with actual children, but I think this is more about your joy and happiness. A lot of us collectively suffer from what I'd like to call darkness. What's that song? How's it go? Sandra, hello, darkness, my old friend. It's depression, anxiety, all that type of cloud. I like to just form it and throw it all under one cloud, right? So it's like where your courage is going to be tested is when we start pushing through the cloud tries to like come back and hover. And you could be tested in a way where you're like, I'm done dealing with this. How often am I going to have to deal with this? When is this going to go away? And one thing that I've learned about the darkness or depression is a very real monster. A very real monster. I think because I'm getting control of it in some ways, except for this Pisces lunar eclipse. You guys I'm crying one minute, I'm freaking out the next. But anyway. But it's like there's something about like thinking that like you've overcome something and it's not going to come back, and that's not actually the case. I think because I've been working on my anxiety and depression so much in 2024, because my faith has grown so much and has grown much more than my fear, right? I feel like I suffer from it less than I used to. I don't want to say like not at all because it's still there. But it's like I was a little shocked, but not too shocked when like the dark cloud tried to come back and, hover, right? So you could be going through something and you're like, I've overcame the situation. And then all of a sudden it comes back and it hovers and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to deal with this again. So you could feel like your courage is being tested when you're having to deal with something that you expected to be gone or you thought you had, overcome. All right, what's going to be harvested this season? We have Five of Cups coming out. Five of Cups is actually a card that talks about great loss. Spirit's not going to say that you're going to harvest loss, but what you can harvest is whenever you are experience that loss and that loss is already experienced, what you're going to harvest is you're going to realize that there was still two cups standing. In other words, you went through something that was painful, was challenging, but it brought you something. You gained something. You retained something. You gained something. It grew. There's more of it. It could be like you learned a lesson and now you're never going to repeat that challenge again because you learned that lesson, right? Whatever is in those two cups, that's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to harvest. That's what you're going to take with you. So again, went through something challenging, lost something, but gained something in return. And then the last card I'm going to look at is what is done and what is being sent back to Mother Earth. Look how the King of Cups keeps coming out in this position. How interesting is that, right? King of Cups is my clue card for Divine Masculine. It's also a card that talks about someone who's in control of their emotions. So what's done is going to be this energy of feeling overwhelmed or like your emotions control you when you're in challenging situations. All right, Star Libra, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, did we see Tracy still here? Let me know because I'm going to wrap it up. Guys, don't forget Tomorrow is fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We are back to reading for the zodiac and all 12 signs. I'm so excited. Last week was our first week. So if you guys missed any of the fire signs, the water signs, the earth signs, or the air signs, those are all posted. And remember, we're a week ahead. Always a week ahead. So if you want to go back and check my accuracy, you definitely can do that. And you can find those videos under the live tab on my YouTube channel, right? So fire signs tomorrow night, and then 11 a.m. I'm going to be doing a members only. Guys, you don't have to be here live for the members only. It does stay under your members tab, so you can go in there and watch it anytime. And that's going to be members on YouTube. Guys, don't forget, we are monetized on Facebook and YouTube, and we're constantly multi-streaming. So we stream on all the three platforms at the same time, right? Andrea Keegan on Facebook. Hello. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I love y'all. Thank you for coming in here, hanging out, and talking fall equinox with me. I will be back tomorrow night. The fire signs, and I'm going to show you guys really quickly because all of those are made and posted, but I am going to change Tuesday night water sign. Tuesday night water sign, I'm going to change it because it is the 17th. And I know we normally do our lives at 9 p.m. I'm going to move those water signs to 6 p.m. And we're going to add a live at 9 p.m. where we talk specifically about the Pisces new full moon lunar eclipse. I do feel that this moon is so powerful. It's so potent. And I think it'd be really important for us to do a spiritual cleansing. So I plan on doing that on Tuesday night, guys. I will be offering some free readings with that Pisces lunar eclipse energy. So come back and join me for free readings Tuesday night, guys. So new energy I seen come in on Facebook. If you're looking for free reads, that's going to be the quickest time I can provide that. Tuesday night lunar eclipse, and I will get that changed and posted right after this live stream. But yes, guys, all our other elements, all our other signs already posted. Tomorrow morning is their true intentions. That's what I'm looking at for members only. So if you guys have not joined our YouTube channel, link is in the description box. So make sure to do so. You do need to be on PLRr Tribe 2, Tier 2, the $5.99 a month to be able to watch our members only videos. All right, guys. So lots of exciting stuff coming up this week. I hope to see all of you there. Thank you so much for coming in, joining, participating, and helping. All my moderators, thank you so very much. I appreciate you ladies very, very much. And I will see everyone tomorrow. Have a good evening. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.